use of CSS class property of any control in ASP.NET. So let us see, a page is there. In that, put one label and then change its ID. So change ID of label. It's a LBL message. Apply text. Hello. Now what is the CSS class? See, when you want to apply same format, means background color, border style, border color, border width, font style, font color, etc. So this is known as the formatting of control. So when you want to apply same kind of the formats to number of controls, at that time, instead of selecting one by one property and setting its value for all controls one by one, we can define one CSS class and then we can use that CSS class for all the controls. So this CSS class property can be applied to any control at design time, or you can apply at runtime. Today we are going to discuss about how to apply at runtime. So let's see, one label is there, right? Now we want to apply a formatting style to this label when user wants to apply it. So we will provide two classes for the to the user, and two classes are used for different styles. So when user clicks on one style, that style will be applied to label, and when user clicks on another CSS class style, then that style will be applied to label. So let us create two buttons and change its ID. Let's say button CSS1, and its text, let's say CSS class 1. Then use one more button, change its text and say CSS class 2, and ID is button CSS2. Now next is how to create CSS class. So for that, go to the source, means HTML code, and you can apply the CSS using the style for tag, right? So in style tag, you can define that style tag. Here I have already defined it. Let us remove it. Now a style tag can be used between the head or body part of HTML form. So let us define it. So mention this style. So you will get that automatically. Use this style tag. Define its type. Type is equal to in a double quotes, and then complete this tag. So in between that you can use a style. Now here you have to define a CSS class. So you can define CSS class using the dot followed by the class name. It is user defined name, so you can give any name, then opening of brackets, class, then properties. Let's say we want to apply background color. Background color is, say, apply any light color to the background. Then you want to set border. So next property is border, and so first select the border style. You select the border style like, say, solid, then border width is there. So you want to change the width of border, you can use border width attribute and its value, thick, thin, medium, whatever. Then say you want to change border style, border color. Okay, so let us see border color. Border color, give any color to border of label, say red. Then you need to apply by say we want to change the font of text of label, so you can use font family. So font family and colon, it allows you to change the style of font. So let us say Vardhana. Then say font size in terms of pixels, let's say 30 pixels, right? So in this way you can set the different attributes, and with its value. Suppose you also want to change the text color, so you can use the color attributes, color, and then say blue, right? So this is the style. This style you have defined inside the CSS class, and the name of class is CSS1. Same way, you also want to define another style and in a class, so define another class with a different name. So I want to use same properties but with a different value, so I am going to change its value only, not the properties name. So make copy and paste, change the class name as to, and then you just require to change its value. We want to apply same property but with different values. So background color is, say, let us select the light color, right? Okay, no problem. Gray. Then border style, change its value, double. Then same way you can change the other attributes value. I don't want to apply the same style to the border or border width, right? So change border width as, instead of thick, let's say thin. Then border color, it's a blue. Same way you can change this all properties value, like suppose instead of size 20 30 pixel, let's say 20. Then we want to change the color of text, let's say pink, and then you can set. So in this way you can set the different values of the different properties. Now next is when the user clicks on this button, we want to apply it. So click from, go to the designing part and then double click on this button. It will open this CSS.cs file where you can write the code. So when user clicks on button, we want to apply the style to the label that we have created. Its id is lblmsc dot css class property is equal to the class we have created in html source. Its name is css1. And same way, when user clicks on the second button, we want to apply the second. So let us copy, control C, control V, and then change the class name. And now you can run this and test it. So let us say CSS. See, you here you can see we have not applied any formatting property to this label at the designing time, but we are going to apply it at the runtime when user clicks on a particular button. So when a user clicks on this class 1, what the properties with the value you have defined inside CSS class 1, that will be applied. Same way, when user clicks on this class 2, what the properties or attributes you have defined inside CSS class 2, that will be applied. Let us click on CSS class 1. So you can see here, and if I click on CSS class 2, you can see. So in this way you can use the CSS class property for any control in ASP.NET. Thank you.